Safety Shot. We're talking Safety Shot on the show today. Ever heard about it? Until this morning, I've never heard about it, but we do have live on the show today a member who joined for the very first time today from Arkansas, who's a trucker who tours all over the place and wanted to share with me his thoughts. So this is Safety Shot. Ever heard of it? Is it new to you? Well, we're going to discuss it on the show right now. So let me go over now to our guest who's going to tell you all about Safety Shot. There's Mr. Bogue, everybody, live on Martyn Lucas Investor. It's wonderful to have you. Mr. Bogue, you're live to the world. Wonderful to have you for the first time. I like the jukebox in the background, by the way. Very smart. That looks a bit like my studio, all the lights lit up. Wonderful to have you. The very first day you became a member. You're from Austin, Texas. Was that right?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. I apologize. Arkansas. How is Arkansas today?
Beautiful today.
Beautiful.
Beautiful today. I've driven in Australia for 23 years, and I drove in Canada and also North America. So trucking is a big thing for me.
Wonderful.
In my life.
I used to have a Ford Iveco truck. When I used to tour my theater show one night in Vegas, I had a 7.5 ton lorry, with all the equipment and a shower and a bed. And I drove that all across Europe, all across the UK, had millions of miles on it. And it fell apart in the end, but that's another story. So you're a trucker, and how did you find about the show today? What got you here?
Amazing. I've been watching you on YouTube, but I never, Discord has kind of got me a little off put sometimes. So I kind of steer away from it unless I have to come on it like now. So that's why it took me so long. I apologize.
Not at all. Don't apologize.
But let's get on to the main subject, and that is Power Shot.
Absolutely. But before you tell me, so you're an investor in Power Shot, right?
Safety Shot.
Safety Shot. I beg your pardon. Safety Shot. So tell us all about it, because it does sound a bit strange to me. But tell me all about it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I can't type very fast, so I couldn't get my message across and make.
No need to apologize,
Mike. Let me tell you this. This is a drink that people can go and have a great time, go and have a great night. Or, how people overdrink sometimes, and then, you just wish that you didn't. Well, you'll be able to take a couple, swigs of this, and you'll start to feel better. Will people abuse it? Probably. People abuse alcohol and drugs every day. But the thing is, what's most important here is I've spent a lot of time. I've had over 3 million miles under my belt in commercial trucking, and I can tell you I've seen it all. So having something that someone can have in their car, in their glove box, whatever, you need to drive, just take that. A few minutes later, you start to feel better. You're going to be okay. They've been doing studies right now at Michael Jordan's restaurant in New York. They were getting smashed, hammered, blood alcohol of 0.40. Within 30 minutes, their blood sugar was 0.10. Now, don't tell me that ain't something. Now, you're talking about it turning to sugar. I'd rather my blood turn into sugar for one time than lose my life or kill somebody else. So Safety Shot's going to be an amazing product, and I can't wait for it to come out. Right now, it's in production from what the DD I've found out, and soon it will be on the shelves. And I would assume it will be right next there to Monster and Red Bull and all that. So good luck to everybody. But I'm glad you found out, about it now.
So, Mr. Bogue, one of the concerns that we were talking about is it's going to turn the alcohol into sugar. Give me your thoughts on that, because that's obviously not a good thing. But tell me, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, as a type 2 diabetic, I don't overdrink, but I know many people that do. And so basically, most people who I would say excessively drink would be the younger generation. And it happens to everybody. You get to a party, you might not have eaten something, you just feel, you have a couple drinks. Next thing you know, you're just gone a little bit overboard. This is gonna prevent you from being a mess at a party or any kind of thing that you're at. And then at the end of the day, you're done with the party. You're not feeling great. You might not sure if you're over the limit or not. You'll be able to drink this and bring your blood alcohol down. I think this is going to save millions of lives. I think many people will have this in their car. I think this will be sold at every place that is consuming alcohol. I see this being at parties. I see this. I mean, I can't believe this hasn't come out sooner. But it is about to be released from the DD. I don't. I'm just an investor in this. I found it through NASDAQ picks. That's how I found it, and I've been doing DD on it, and I think it's brilliant. I think it's an amazing product, and I understand the ramifications of, okay, it's going to turn your blood alcohol to sugar, but think about that. What does that do? It gives you energy. So this is not only going to be something for hangovers, it's going to be something for, an energy drink. The next day you're not feeling great, just pick you back up and keep doing what you do.
Okay, now this is the first time I heard about it today. You brought it to my attention, and you brought it to my members' attention, and all my investors around the world who follow me. Mm-hmm. We've got members in 41 countries, so this is going out to a lot of people right now over the next few weeks when this video goes out, which is wonderful. I haven't had a chance to look at the financials, the balance sheet, or any of that at all. When I invest, I buy companies, not stocks. First thing I like to do is research the CEO. I find out who he is, what does he do, what the company is doing, how proprietary the company is, and so on and so forth. As an investor, have you had a chance to look at the financials? Do you know what the state? Because I will look into this now in more detail after this video and do a follow-up video. Why? Obviously, you've sold me the idea, the concept, why it's a good product and why you see it being sold. But of course, a business isn't just a good idea. It's a business, and businesses have to make money, and they have to return a return to me, the investor. Why do you think it's a good investment? Have you looked at the financials? Have they got a good balance sheet? Are they in a lot of debt? How are we going to do? And is it going to return money, a profit to you, the investor? What's your take on that?
Well, first of all, there's a lot of people online that know me, and knowing trucking and knowing where it's been, where it is, and where it's going, has led me to invest in certain businesses, like hydrogen, for instance. With a company like Safety Shot, you can only go by what Jupiter's been doing in the past. Jupiter's rebranding themselves and making them they're now called Safety Shot Incorporated. So the financials and all that, I don't, like you said earlier, you couldn't find anything on it. Why? Because it's not even come out yet. It's just about, they've hooked up with a big beverage company that's going to do the packing, production, packaging, and distribution. So I only go when I invest, me personally, because I don't have all these tools and all this knowledge that you guys got. I don't swing trade. I don't do options or margin trading. I use my own capital, and I invest, and I work hard. I invest my money.
You like me, mate. So, I don't do options. I don't borrow money. I don't do margin trading. I buy the companies with the cash I've got, and I make money from money.
Yeah. When I grew up, my parents owned restaurants, so I was busy working in a restaurant. My education came second. So when I got older, my dad was a trucker before he bought his first restaurant, and so that's how I got into trucking. But I've been self-employed almost all my life, and I've done very well for myself.
Well done, man.
But I will tell you this, that when I look at a company, I sometimes, not that I can't, it's just I look at what its utility is, what its merit is. Is this going to be good for the world? That's what makes me invest in it.
I like that.
I don't look at, it's this percentage, that percentage, whatever. I understand that's important, and I'm learning, the Fibonacci and all that. I love it. I think you guys are brilliant. But me personally, I can't do that because I just don't know enough, and I would end up losing. And that's why I won't do any of those kind of different types of trades. I'm a Warren Buffett kind of guy. I buy, I hold, and that's where I'm at. I'm a big investor in Nikola.
Oh,
It's
me
had
too.
a real rough ride. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't believe how rough the ride is, but even through all that, it's
Yeah.
still showing strength, and it is going to be a gargantuan company. Not just because of the trucks. Everybody seems to think, oh, they have to sell trucks. No, their business is energy and technology. And now with science and technology, you know, we know we have to pivot. We have to get off fossil fuels. So it's super important that we pay attention and we focus on the future.
Thank you for being so honest. I love this. This is what this channel is all about. People bare their soul. They come on the show. They talk honestly. Because if you're honest with people, everyone, not only they just love the content and love what we're doing here, is they relate to it and believe in it. And, you're sharing your story with everybody, and we all learn. We don't learn nothing when someone is promoting their self-interest and they're making up stuff for their own benefits. That's what this channel's about. And it's wonderful that you've taken the time to call in. As an investor, I too like the environmental issues. I am too looking for things that benefit the world and help people and make the world a better place. Absolutely, that's what I'm about. However, I'm also an investor, and I'm trying to give the best information to people, and we can't, even if something is great, it has to return an investment to the investor. It has to make money, otherwise it just goes out of business, and then that's no good to anybody, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a deep dive into this. I'm going to look at the financials. I'm going to make friends at the companies, because people follow me. I've got friends at SpaceX that follow me, people at Virgin Galactic follow me on my X account, and I learn what's going on, and I'm now going to do a bit of research into this. It sounds quite interesting. I appreciate you calling in. I wish you the very best in everything that you do. Thanks for taking the time to be on my show today. Thanks. As you're on air, is there anybody you want to say hello to around the world?
I just want to say hello to all my Nicola family. We are well on our way. We're going to full production with hydrogen fuel cell trucks, and we're building out the hydrogen highway with our partners Toyota, Shell, Hyundai, and the rest. None of them are any less. I just can't remember to say them all. But I will tell you this: the world will be a better place as soon as we get off fossil fuels for main forms of mobility. Brilliant. We don't need to burn fossil fuels for mobility. We have better solutions. We've actually had better solutions. But anyway, I'll see you all soon. Come and see us there at Martyn Lucas Investor.
So there we go. We heard from Mr. Bogue today all about Safety Shot. I'm now going to do a follow-up video and look into the financials. Click above my head. That'll take you to the playlist for Safety Shot, because we'll create a playlist now as it's our first video. If you go over to here, you'll see more videos in the series. And down here, I'll probably feature one of my favorite songs from my music channel. Go and check that out. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.